Sure, Big Mike doesn't have any problems. Sure. What's up, ladies and gents? Hope y'all doing well this evening. All right, we sound great. Good. What up, people? So happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. Like I just said earlier, a lot to take in, a lot to go over. As you guys can see, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting conversation we're going to have today, you know, in regards to a few things. But again, what can you do, man? What can you do? In fact, let me do this real quick. Yeah, just do that. Probably next. Okay. But yeah. So let's get into today's show, man. We got one special guest coming through. He'll be back when he gets back here. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and start. We got the main crew here, and this week's been pretty lit. Start with Red Hood. Red Hood, what up? What's up to people?
What's up, guys? Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day. I mean, it's gonna be a bit crazy. Crazy things have happened, and it's gonna be very interesting to talk about a certain topic, which is gonna probably I feel like it's gonna be 60% of the show, but who knows? It may not be. But overall, it's gonna be spicy, I think, with the takes going around, and it's gonna be very entertaining. So hopefully, you guys will be entertained.
Dano says, "Where's Red Hood?" I didn't expect the boy Wonder to be here. He's calling you Robin.
Gosh,
calling you Robin.
Yeah.
What up, Hunter? Welcome. Good to see you, brother.
What's up, man? Yeah, it's good to be back. Lots of things going on, man. This is definitely one of the biggest weeks in a long time, and just shocking things that have happened. I never thought we'd be talking about this, and at least the direction that everything has taken. My mind's blown, man.
I'm blown away.
I can't wait
Yeah, I'm blown away by how one-sided it has become now. If you really think about it, as of this week, it's
the whole landscape of gaming has dramatically changed in the last couple of days. So
yeah,
what a week.
Yeah, it's really, really bad, man. Really, really bad. All right. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. I guess y'all want to get right into our impression of Jedi Fallen Order. Let's just warm everybody up. Let's wait for everybody to get in here.
Jedi Survivor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Survivor.
Dude, everyone does it. It's Jedi Fallen. I'm like, yo, dude.
I mean, well, okay.
It's over, bro. There's no more Fallen Order.
When you play this, it's so night and day the same, in a sense, but they did refine it, movements and moves and whatnot. The main thing that you were hyping up, dismemberment, is now even more visible in this game, which is good. I'm happy about that.
Well, it wasn't even in the game, the original game. The only dismemberment was
creatures.
Creatures. It was just insects and beasts, kind of. That's it.
Yeah, so now you can dismember stormtroopers. It looks good. It looks really, really good. I'll just give you guys my quick impressions of it. I love what they've done. I love the new changes. Love the new attention to detail, everything nature, the new settings. It looks good. Combat's really good. I do have one gripe though. This game is really trying to make you pick, really legit make you pick. It's kind of like they're really trying to make you build, set build, and they want you to pick 2 styles. So if you think you're going to be changing between 3 styles, on the fly type of thing, you can't. You have to wait till you go to these little meditation points to set your different stances. So if you guys are expecting that, it's not going to be like that. You have to settle on 2 stances. I settled for just a regular dual wield and the regular Jedi stance. The double blade and the regular blade.
Oh, really? You're not doing dual wielding?
No, I didn't even do dual wield. I might switch back to dual wield because
I think dual wielding is the best personally. It's fast, it's powerful. Granted, your parry time and defense aren't the best. But it makes it up with the double blade.
It's good for defense. Best for defense is because you spin it and you can deflect multiple gunshots or gunfire. So it's good for that and everything in nature. But obviously I don't know. I was settled on the double blade because I love like that first fight with the sister. I love that. That was really cool. That kind of sold me on it a bit. But I ain't gonna lie, it does feel a little odd without the double blade. So without the dual weld. So I don't know. But we go with you, man. What's your thoughts on Star Wars Survivor?
I mean, I'll say the only issue I've had is honestly the performance.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's not up to snuff. Honestly, they should have delayed it even further than this like original release date. I think. My thing is, I think July would probably have been the best place to like put it at, right? Than currently, and it's like. Also, it's a bit weird because I'm not seeing a lot of big streamers really streaming the game either, which is a bit shocking, to say the least.
Yeah.
So I was like shocked by that. But like overall, I've been like thoroughly like enjoying the game. But what hampers the experience is the performance, and they put out a statement, especially for PC. But the thing is, they're not even addressing the console issue, as well, which is a little strange. Regarding that, and like, yeah, they have like mostly negative reviews on Steam, dude. They're like blasting them. They're tearing them a new one on the Steam review site. So they had to like put something out there, and they need to fix it. Like I won't lie, this year for PC in terms of ports have probably been like one of the worst years of all time when it comes to the PC ports. So it's very noticeable now. So, but like I've been enjoying the game, but I think it's like what, 86 on Metacritic or something like that, maybe 85 now. I got no clue.
Yeah,
but
called it. Well, actually, no, I was close. I said 87.
Sir.
I said like an 87.
That was Mooch that called it, sure.
Wrong, sir. Go to your
Mooch
pod.
said 86.
I said 87, and he said 86.
Yeah. So who was right? It was 86.
Okay, but I
right?
was close. I'm trying to say I was close. Thank you very much.
No.
I was close. 1 point. I was off for 1 point. Damn. Shout out to Mooch. Hunter, did you play Jedi Survivor?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna like mostly back out of this because I played maybe like an hour or so of the game earlier this week, and I was like, I came into a couple of performance issues, and I just decided that I was gonna just set this aside because I got other games that I wanted to play. So yeah, I have it. I thought, everything is great aside from the performance. Like from what I've seen so far, I'm still like super early in the game. But yeah, no, I can't really say much. I talked to you earlier. There's another game coming out next week that I kind of switched to. Because I don't know. I figured the game was gonna have like a day one patch and hopefully
it did, but it didn't really like. I mean, it helped, but it not to the extent. I would say my advice, Hunter, wait for more patches.
Yeah. I'm gonna honestly I'm gonna be playing this other game probably until like Monday, Tuesday ish, and then I'll probably switch over. So hopefully, like more patches come by then. But if not, we'll have to wait and see. But at least the interesting thing is that the early tech analysis does seem to indicate that the PS5 version is the most stable of all the platforms. So
yeah,
PC seems to be the worst, and Xbox Series is kind of in the middle. But so I guess I kind of got lucky. I got the PS5 version of it, but it's still not flawless. Like there's certainly issues on the PS5 version as well.
They say the resolution is like messed up too on the performance mode on PS5.
It is.
Like somebody on JMain.
Yeah, it turns to clay at certain scenes, like on the side. Like it does like that little freeze, like that cut type of thing, like that drop. You'll see
you can tell it's not super clear either.
Yeah. Like
so it's just like they gotta fix that up. So that's why I tell people, I was like, just wait.
They had a lot more blur too. Like with like a scene's playing, like in the background, you'll see it blurred out a bit. They add a lot more blur too for performance mode. But it looks good, it's passable, but it's like you definitely can tell. Definitely can.
Yeah, and like and you guys might laugh, but like quite honestly too, I've been like hooked on the Final Fantasy Pixel remaster. Like I can't I already beat and I got the platinum for Final Fantasy 1. I'm like probably an hour away from getting the platinum on Final Fantasy 2. Nice. So call me strange, but like I'm, what I've had the choice last couple of days. Like, should I play Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster 2 or Star Wars? And I like, man, I'm just all in. I think the Pixel Remaster is like everyone should buy that series. It's awesome.
I didn't know. I didn't surprise Red Hood is not on that.
So the thing is that on PC it's not as good as the console version.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the mobile games basically, and they said that they're having plans to bring the console version to the PC, but like at that moment, I'm just gonna wait until they either do like a overhaul thing on Steam or something like that, and then do it, and then play it on my Steam Deck or the Asus ROG Ally. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was like doing research on the games like a few days before it came out, and I went to the Steam page, and I was like, what is this? Like, the console version just looks way better. So I didn't actually, I thought it was actually the same version. I didn't realize that it's actually
mobile,
even
like
more. Yeah, it honestly didn't look all that great on Steam. So I was a bit surprised by that, but I think it looks fantastic on PS5. Like the games, especially like, I mean, I'm playing Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2, and it's like there's no comparison to the original, right? Like I don't think I can probably even touch the original games after this. It's just everything, especially the music too, right? Everything got re-recorded with orchestral music, and it's like it just sounds great, way better than the original. So
yeah. Well, that's Jedi Survivor. I'll say it was worth the wait, but I ain't gonna lie. I would have been fine with waiting a little longer if it would have meant we got a little bit more, I don't know, competent controls.
Optimization,
Yeah,
better optimization.
Yeah.
That's why I saw it. Like, if you guys are on the fence, wait. That's my and I'm like, some people could say like I'm huge into Star Wars or whatever, but I would say wait. I would say, I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, who knows how long it's gonna take? I would say it took Naughty Dog since March all the way to like around now, to make Last of Us like stable on PC to the point where it's not having huge frame depths anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could take a month. It could take 2 months. Who knows?
I don't know what happened though. That's the weird thing. We never heard anything about this team having issues or anything. So I'm wondering if they
they got rushed.
Yeah, had to rush at the last second or something. I don't know. But
it feels like a weird year because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like there's like a bunch of bad PC ports lately. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. It seems like one after another, just bad.
Which is weird because like PC, like a lot of people like will hate on PC or whatever, but it's like PC market has been growing like pretty like year after year after year of more gamers going into PC gaming, which is weird. And you're seeing like Capcom being like very like going like crazy with PC too, right? Like going like, okay, yeah, we're putting our games on here. That's also our main focus, and they're trying to make their games like very polished on PC. So it's weird that it's like now it's like, oh no, dude, we're just gonna just rush everything out the door. Yeah. And even then, it's like Jedi Survivor still on console, just also not performing to what it should be as well. So it's, I don't know. I definitely feel it's rushed. I don't know what EA is doing. Maybe it's because it's the end of the quarter or something.
It's got to be
I don't
that.
know if that's the true.
Yeah, I just think they just wanted to make the quarter, make the deadline, and it's like, hey guys, just patch it as fast as possible as soon as it gets out there. That's how I can personally see them going about it. Because this was a big release, regardless. It's one of the biggest releases of the year. Yeah. So they didn't want to miss out on that quarter and that fiscal report. So it is what it is, man. I expect the game to get obviously better, with patches. But overall, in terms of the overall, the game itself and what they've done, it's really good. Big improvement over Fallen Order. Definitely worth checking out. All right.
I was also reading too, like just last note on this game, like what was like really surprising to me. I guess it seems like the dev cycle for this game was like 3 years. Yep. You guys read that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the game came out Jedi Fallen Order 2019 of November.
Yep.
So in April
like
2023. Yeah.
Like obviously it still needs a couple of months in the oven still, but I mean, like I think 3 years is about the quickest I've heard of any big AAA game like in the last 10 years. Like usually games are 4, 5, 6. Like, geez, look at Suicide Squad. That's like 8 years, right? So I saw Jason Schreier like tweeted about how Respawn has created 4 AAA games in the amount of time that Rocksteady has not even pumped out one. Like,
jeez. Well, to be fair, EA like they spent a lot of money on Respawn, so it's like Respawn is. I have to say, it's probably their best developer within EA. A lot of people, maybe back then, maybe 10 years ago, or 12 years ago, people would say BioWare. Now it's everyone mentions Respawn. So
yeah, for sure, and they obviously have multiple teams working on games concurrently. So
the way though you mentioned with output though, like I would put, I guess you could say, like you mentioned, Respawn, Insomniac, and From Software. In terms of how how quickly they output, in terms of the amount of games they have. Those I would say are the top 3.
Absolutely. That's why like Insomniac, I still think is probably the best purchase ever. I can't think of a better, like maybe I would have thought Rare like back in the day, but then Microsoft just kind of killed Rare. Yeah. But I like, knowing the history of Insomniac, like I don't know how they're wizards, man. Like I don't know how they create so many high quality polished games. They're carrying like the PS5 on their back right now with Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ratchet.
Yep. And we still got stuff to come out for it. So it's going to be again. It's going to be interesting to see how they play their cards for the rest of this year. And what are we going to get in this showcase? Are they even going to show Wolverine, vice versa? So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Let's get into the news that pretty much honestly destroyed the internet. Activision, Blizzard. I don't know where DefSinger is, but I guess DefSinger is like, oh, I'm going to dodge it. Okay, Def. We're going to talk about it anyway. So Activision and Blizzard's deal with Microsoft, the Call of Duty, the merger, ever since, really, it felt like we've been talking about this for 2 years, but it has been like over a year, I think, this deal has been going on, but it feels like it's been damn near 2-3 years. But for the longest time, this whole conversation has just been brought up. We talked about it multiple times on this show to the point where everybody got bored out their mind. We did not want to cover this at all. But when we did cover it, I mean, it was mostly snippets of like, stuff that's coming out saying, hey, guys, this is going in Microsoft's favor. Or this is going in Sony's favor. Or this, most of the stuff in terms of like looking in the favor was pointing towards Microsoft. So, when the deal got confirmed to not go through, a lot of people, including me, I actually expected this to get cleared. I thought it was going to go through. And it was like, no, we got hit with the opposite. It turns out the reason why they they shut the deal down is because competition, their fear of, the competition in the cloud market, how this will interfere with it. And it's crazy. The main thing that Microsoft talked about for years, which is cloud gaming, ended up being their downfall in this actual deal.
Yeah.
And that's pretty crazy. Now, I don't know how Microsoft's going to go about this. They did say they're going to appeal, but a lot of people believe that the appeal is instantly going to just like reverse everything. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think it would
really. Yeah. Who's thinking that?
I don't think it's going to reverse a lot.
It's a very difficult process.
Yeah, most like I've seen. I read the game industry Biz article, and like all the analysts said that the chances of it going through now are like super slim. So
yeah,
it's toppling the CMA is because even if they get it, like if their appeal works, it just goes back to the CMA.
Yep.
Like that's what happens. It goes back to the CMA again, and who knows like what they would do when it goes back to them.
Yeah, and
even that alone is like probably like 2024. Like we're looking at another like 9 months.
And then the EU decision should be in May, which we'll see on that regard. But like it was so weird in general. Everyone was pretending to be legal experts.
Yeah,
and feeling like, oh yeah, absolutely gonna go through. You know why? Even though I got out of Walmart, I know exactly what's gonna happen. I know exactly how this decision's gonna go through
Yeah.
because I'm a legal
even the lawyers
chair
are
arm expert.
annoying.
Like that, I just don't get it. I personally do not get it. It's like everybody on Twitter that like they feel like they have a voice on Twitter,
I don't
and
know.
they
The
think
whole
they know one way it's gonna go. Dude, I say this all the time. I don't know, like I don't know where things are gonna go. I'm like, oh, it's gonna go through. Oh, it's probably not gonna go through. It's like no one really knows.
dude,
So it's like people just gotta stop when trying to like say this is a done deal in general overall, right? I think in the beginning people should have stopped there, but I just find it like hilarious throughout the whole thing that people are like just staking this like deal going through like it's the end all be all for them as an individual on Twitter. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
It's just weird when
Yeah.
it's like their personality and
Well,
that's all
dude,
they talk about.
the like the biggest thing for me, like, as to why people need to just like stop trying to analyze all this is like, because we saw like a couple months, especially the last like 2 months or whatever, there's been a like this Lulu the executive of
executive.
Activision has been all over Twitter, and Bobby Kotick and all this, but it's like they were like painting this picture of like Sony and Jim Ryan like being this total ass, saying like,
Yep.
I just want to stop your acquisition. I don't care about a Call of Duty deal, right? And it's like, and then so like this was the picture. It's like Jim Ryan is the big evil guy, and then Phil Spencer is like the god because he's going around and he's every like 2 weeks he's like posting about how he's like making a deal with some unknown cloud streaming company that none of us have ever heard of.
Yeah.
But it was basically like this whole picture this narrative was being created, and everyone was just running with it. And I'm kind of like, of course I didn't participate because like I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't see the contracts. And then it comes out like, last night about how in the contracts with the streaming services, Microsoft had it that they were going to get 100% of the revenue.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's the reason why they denied it. Yeah. The
microtransactions, the game sales, everything.
Yeah, and the CMA said that basically just makes the streaming services like customers of Microsoft, and all the revenue goes like. So the thing is that in that context, why would PlayStation or Jim Ryan ever agree to that? As of right now, they take a 30% cut. Well, actually, probably a little bit less because I heard that they have like a better deal with Activision. Let's assume 20, 25, 20%, right? Sony is still getting hundreds of millions like per year, billions over a console generation. Like, why would they? No platform would sign an agreement saying 100% of the revenue is going to go to you, and all like. We get $0, and all we're they get the benefit, I guess, of fans are not going to leave PlayStation because Call of Duty is still on your system. But like, who is going to put games on their platform and make $0 of it? Like, it's just we got to stop being analysts because we don't know why Jim Ryan originally said it was a bad deal. Now we have an idea why.
Yeah.
But it's like that's just like one example of probably dozens that you can get into with this, where it's like
I've seen a lot of people bring up Nintendo. Nintendo signed it because obviously the new handheld, right? The new Switch supposedly coming out next year. The new hardware.
Well, Nintendo personally, I think they don't care overall. They'll sign it.
Yeah,
they don't care. They like Call of Duty is not going to push their units, and vice versa. Nintendo does Nintendo. Nintendo will continue selling X amount of units, as well as selling so many copies with Zelda, Mario, Smash, and all that stuff.
And
so like
it makes sense
they'll sign it just to sell it.
Yep.
Like it makes sense for Nintendo to be in on it because like they're not getting Call of Duty right now, so it's a net new. But like, of course, not a lot of people are gonna buy a Switch for Call of Duty, and it probably wouldn't sell that many copies or whatnot. But like even if it's like 100,000 people want to get a Switch to play Call of Duty, that's still like net 100,000 units that they wouldn't have had if they don't have Call of Duty. But I think the bigger reason why Nintendo would want that is because like one of the things that they're pushing a lot right now is their online, right? Like it's that I don't know. I'm guessing in this case, Nintendo would keep the online revenue, right? Any of the microtransactions that happen would, of course, 100% go to Microsoft. But yeah, no, like Nintendo might get like 200,000 new subscribers, and why would they not want that? It's an easy sign on the line.
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Dev Singer, what up?
What up? I wish Death Singer brought up the camera, bro. Everyone got the camera. Death Singer, come on.
I ain't got a camera.
He ain't got no camera.
I'm gonna have to buy you one and send it to you.
Hey,
through
do
the
it.
mail. So I don't know how much the fees are to where you live, but I might have to do so. I had to like say to Gian that I have to give you a new mic. Shout out to Gian though.
What up, Dev Singer? Good to see you. It's coming through. So
Yep.
how you feeling, brother? How you feeling? I know you were the main person on the battlefield for this deal.
Absolutely not. The funny thing is, they blocked the deal on exactly. Shout out to Hogue. He called it straight down the fucking middle. He called it. He was like, when they were arguing, the console thing didn't make sense. But if there was somewhere they were gonna block it, it was the cloud. And guess what? It was the cloud. Because of course they would drop the whole console thing, which makes sense. Sony's the market leader. All this, they're like, okay, that doesn't make sense. No, cloud. Because guess what? They own 60% of the cloud market. So there we go. GG, and they snagged them.
I wanted to ask you, Singer, in terms of, do you think if Stadia was still alive, this would have been a different story?
No, because they'd still have the same market share.
Because I don't know what the market share would have been if Stadia was still around.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have decreased from 60 to 50% or whatnot.
Well, I mean, I think if Google, like if Stadia was alive in its current state, it wouldn't have made any change. But if Stadia, if Google actually kept their devs, like all these studios that they created, right? Like they literally like had Jade Raymond and a few other studios that they acquired. Like I think that may have factored into it, but the fact that Stadia was already like a year and a bit ago, like winding down and divesting and all that stuff, yeah. And Amazon Luna is like probably like a non-factor at this point. I don't know how many people are on that, but I don't really see any attention on Luna.
Luna is on shaky territory, from what I know.
I'm gonna be shocked if Amazon shuts it down too.
I wouldn't be.
Oh yeah.
One bit clear?
No,
I fully expect.
Oh no, you get. I was gonna say, how you feeling about this appeal? Because that's the big thing everybody's putting. We went from putting our eggs in the acquisition. Now we're putting all our eggs in this appeal. They're like, the appeal might go through for this.
I would have to follow. I'd have to follow Hode's logic on this, because this is kind of his field. So I'm gonna respect it and follow the logic. And the logic path is, I think the appeal isn't really gonna matter. What's gonna matter is Europe's decision. Europe's, as if Europe approves, they're going to have a long list of concessions. And the CMA is immediately going to turn around, copy and paste the list, and throw it at Microsoft and say, there we go.
Okay. If that's the case, then that means this is going to go on. It's going to be like a 2-year prolonged battle. It ain't going to be no year. It's going to be like
they have to
3 years.
renegotiate, right? And pay their fee.
Exactly.
What's the fee
like
for
2-3 years.
Activision Blizzard?
$3 billion.
$3 billion.
Yeah, but I'm no lawyer, but like, do they have the ability to negotiate, deferring that payment?
I'm pretty sure.
From what I understand, it seems like they have to, like, no matter what. But I'm guessing there might be some legal way that they can like defer it to next year. Or...
Well, I'm sure if they renegotiate the deal and Activision says, don't worry about the money, or we'll cut it in half or something, because if Activision still wants to go through with it when it comes to renegotiation time, Microsoft's going to say sure, and they're just going to make up some slap-up deal. And
I didn't even think about that, that like Activision could just be like, no, this isn't worth it. But like that's a very small % chance, though, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, they're already like the current wording of what Bobby Kotick and Phil Spencer are saying. They're leaving the possibility of this not going through in there, because Bobby Kotick said, like, with or without Microsoft, like, we're still in good shape, right? And then Phil Spencer said, he's like, regardless if this goes through, like, Xbox still has a lot of strength, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it, it seems certainly far less likely to go through, certainly than we thought, like, even a week ago.
Yeah.
It's not dead in the water, but I wouldn't. I think honestly for Activision, if it doesn't go through, it'd be getting $3 billion would be amazing. Like
Yep.
that, like there's a lot they could do with that. And the thing is, like, I was looking at Derek from Tweaktown. He was like doing a lot of tweets about Activision, and like Activision's books right now are really solid. Like they're not in rough shape at all. Like they're in like really good financial position right now. So they got nothing to worry about, and this is like, $3 billion. Imagine what they could do with $3 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted to mention, because of that whole Activision Blizzard, like if it doesn't go through, I do think there will be some like just pains of like trying to restructure everything, because the whole point for them was, hey, if we get bought by Microsoft, they have to deal with our problems, and they have to restructure, the company as they see fit because of what's been going on, right? Because like some reports are saying, I don't know if it's true or not, but like a lot of the talent is like potentially leaving. I think, like, I don't know if it's Bobby or something like that. I think that's
well on Blizzard's side,
Blizzard's side,
Blizzard is like
people are leaving.
Talent.
Yeah.
So let me throw this in the mix here. So okay, let's just say it doesn't get approved or whatnot. Microsoft still has 64 or 69 billion to quote unquote spend on acquisitions. Who do they buy next as a substitute? Are you guys saying Sega? Guessing Sega? You guys
only
think,
smaller.
No, I don't.
Y'all think they'll do a big?
I don't think they're gonna buy Japanese. It'd be very challenging. Like not impossible, but it'd be very challenging for them to acquire a big Japanese. I think it'll probably just be, I don't know who it would be.
I could see honest. Ubisoft.
That is a waste. That is a waste.
No.
Just for IP. That's all.
I couldn't see I couldn't see them buying Ubisoft because they need to get rid of this money, so they need to buy something. I mean, I could personally see them pick up like IO Interactive.
Oh, so you're saying even smaller, like a
like that they can make multiple. So
of buying smaller studios,
like, because if buying IO, no one's gonna block that.
Larian Studio.
Even if they went for Sega, I don't think anyone would block. Even if they could get it through Japan, I don't think even Sony would block that. They'd be like, whatever, it's Sega.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah,
if it's not Square Enix or Capcom, they don't care.
Yeah, because the only company I can see Sony really going for and them actually like agreeing with 110%, and it's just based on their working relationship, is Capcom and Square Enix for Sony.
I think it's still hard for them.
I'm talking about for Sony. I'm talking about for Sony. Those two.
Yeah, I'm saying for market leader. It would be kind of difficult to do so.
No.
That's why you're seeing them go for. They're going for talent at the end of the day. Like, of course, they don't have as much money as Microsoft, but that's why you're seeing studios like Firewalk and all these smaller studios that they're kind of building up for themselves and partnering with. And that's why you're probably going to see something like Deviation being bought next as well if their game to them looks good. That's honestly the best approach for them. Personally, I'd rather have a lot of these like Microsoft and Sony to buy smaller studios rather than bigger publishers. That's just me. I just don't like consolidation in general, but it is what it is. That's
I think the like the small to mid-size independent studios. I think it's actually I'm not a big proponent of consolidation, but I think it's generally good for the studios. Like IO makes great games, and they obviously have a lot of talent. Remedy is like another one, but like a lot of these companies have a lot of risk involved with them, right? Like IO has been like on life support in the past, and if they were bought by Microsoft or Sony or Tencent or anybody,
I honestly think Sony could help IO low key. I think Sony could.
Well, really they have a relationship though, right?
I think they can build.
though.
Yeah.
I think it probably would be. it'd be more attractive for Microsoft, to be honest.
I would think Microsoft would buy IO just because, I don't know, it just seems to be, when I think of Microsoft, that seems to be their kind of bag. Like, if they were going to go after anything, that'd be their bag. Because everyone shouts about Take-Two. You don't buy Take-Two. Because, yes, okay, you say Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead. But they make one game every 10, 15
Takes a
years.
while.
Like, what are you going to do with that? What, you're going to get the football game or whatever? Like, same way EA. There's no point in buying EA. Sure, you get FIFA. Well, can't call it FIFA anymore.
Yeah.
And what you get Respawn, which is the only good studio they have. Well, what you're gonna get BioWare? Okay, the IP is great from BioWare, but the studio's a wreck. So I mean, there isn't much value over there either, outside of some of the IP.
Yeah, it's just
I was just gonna say the only good thing though about EA is that EA, especially with FIFA, is like super dominant in Europe, and Sony is like Microsoft. Obviously, their strongest territory is the US, and UK I think is second. But it, like, when you're talking about Europe as a whole, like Sony is like 2-1 or 3-1 or 4-1 for over Xbox, and I think that would be a great chance for them to like anyone who likes soccer would be like, you know, for sure buy an Xbox. That would be pretty massive. They'd certainly sway the tide in Europe, I think. It'd be a huge blow for Sony too, like in Europe. Geez, like, because Sony even last, like, I think last gen, maybe 2 gens ago, like in the 360 gen, Microsoft had marketing rights on FIFA, but Sony has had that now. They have their advertisements like right in the soccer games themselves, but they sponsor the game, right? So
yeah, I'm surprised no one brought up Konami, but then again, I don't think Konami.
They have a lot of like stuff, like health insurance. They have health insurance. They have like they're not just a gaming company. Like
they have saunas,
like all this stuff, man.
I could possibly see in like the medium term, like maybe that they could sell a couple of the IPs. Like Metal Gear is like
the biggest one.
Yeah, and Konami. I mean, Konami, I guess the rumors are.
I don't think they would though, Hunter, because like they what they promote is like their IPs with pachinko machines. That's their biggest draw, is those pachinko machines with Castlevania, Metal Gear. I just don't see them wanting to give up those IPs. Like, it seems their strategy is just to lend out their IP, timed exclusive or whatnot, and give it to a developer and outsource it, and then, like I said, the rumors like PlayStation with Metal Gear, and then also the Silent Hill 2 remake. Like, I think that's what they end up doing throughout. I just don't see them.
Which is great.
Which is true, but I just don't see them, like, overall, like, people mention getting bought. Just like DevSinger said, he mentioned some parts there. Like, they also do the pachinko machines, gambling, as well as health insurance. It's way different markets, and they're huge in mobile as well. Yeah.
Like, it's funny because whenever I go to Tokyo Game Show, Konami always has like one of the biggest booths. Like, I think people would have their mind blown if they checked out TGS, because like I'm sure like we all think, you know, Konami is kind of like a smaller player, like non-existent.
It's because they're quiet. They're so
doesn't
quiet.
really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
You walk into the Tokyo Game Show, and Konami like rules the floor.
Damn.
They have massive, huge booth. They have like some of the biggest lineups I have ever seen. Like, some people, I have some Japanese friends that are into their mobile games, and they've gone with me to TGS, and like they'll go and they'll wait in the lineup for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, just to play, like, you know, there's like DLC for their favorite mobile game. It's wild, man. Konami is like massively popular still in Japan. Crazy popular.
How you feeling about Starfield now, DevSinger? Because I feel like there's more pressure on this game now that this deal is kind of hasn't passed.
I feel there's more pressure, but I've noticed they've been treating it with kid gloves. Every time Todd's asked for a delay, it's been delayed. It's been delayed and delayed and delayed. I think they know the importance of the game. Todd knows the importance of the game. So they're like, if you want another delay, just tell us and we'll give it to you. And I think that's why they delayed it now, again in September. And I think if he thinks it's ready, if it looks good at the showcase, then lock it for September. If it doesn't look good, then it's probably going to get delayed again. I mean,
the last time
they need it to bang. They need it to bang.
I mean, he said 30 FPS in the last talk about it. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask too.
Yeah.
Duff.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what do you think overall? Like, you think it's gonna be like, should people like brace themselves for 30 FPS on the Series S and X, or you think it's gonna be 60?
I think it'd be. I think if he wanted to, he could put a 60 performance mode in it. It's a possible. It's not an outside shot. I wouldn't say there's no possibility of there being a 60 mode of some sort. Especially if they're still marketing it with 60 on the box and 60 on the website. Then, if it is there, they're gonna have to honor it or change it. But personally, I think you be prepared for a 30, and then you probably get an optional performance. That'd be my bet. An optional performance.
Yeah, dude, I was just like, especially with Redfall coming out next week, I was just thinking like, I've kind of feel bad for Bethesda because I love Bethesda. Like I'm a huge Bethesda fan. Not knocking what they do, but I feel like generally like bad for all their teams, because the thing is that they like Microsoft bought them 2 years ago, right? And when like last year, I think last year was the year that they didn't have any. There was no like big AAA games that they had last year, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that everyone's saying it was like a rather dry year, and this year actually has a lot of games coming out from Microsoft first party, but it falls on Arcane and Bethesda to like really hold up the Xbox brand, right? And why I'm saying I feel bad is like, imagine the situation that they're in. They got bought by Microsoft, and they like there's just so much pressure on them. If they were third party and these games were coming out for all platforms, like I think the pressure would be off. There wouldn't be as much scrutiny on it. Like these would still be like games that we would be all talking about and be like, it would be in the conversation. But it's like I feel like, especially with like Redfall, like people are saying like they're kind of like saying that the brand like is depending on this game. Like Redfall, like if Redfall like doesn't succeed, then it's going to be like another like crap year or crap first half of the year or whatever. And it's just I feel so generally bad, because it's like, come on, man, like Bethesda is just new to Xbox. And it's really like what should have happened is like the other studios, the other like whatever 20 somewhat studios that Xbox has, like they're the ones that are not releasing games and adding to the pressure for them, right? I think for all intents and purposes we can pretty much all agree, at least for this year, like Bethesda is carrying Xbox, and like what a situation to be in. You get bought, and then
there is a caveat to that, whereas they are, because they drop Hi-Fi, but then you had Mojang with Legends, regardless if it's multi-plat, that's still the first party. But then they also, I guess won't have to wait long to find out. Let's say Hellblade drops this year. Let's just say that happens, as some people have predicted. And we know Forza's coming this year. Now we know Forza's going to be peak. We don't. No worries. I have no questions.
That's kind of always been this. That game naturally gets better and better. But yeah, that's true.
But you know it's going to be the showcase piece.
That's going to be the eye candy.
Well, yeah, that's a nice big first party AAA. Redfall, Bethesda hinges on Starfield, but the thing is, Todd is no stranger to game scrutiny. Look all the shit people went in on Fallout 76 and stuff like that. Like Fallout 4 even. This man, he can take the pressure. Like if you throw him in the fire, he'll be like, okay, I'll make you the game. So I'm not too worried about the pressure on Starfield. Arcane is. They made a game. They might have messed up along the way. Who knows? I mean, but I would say if Hellblade comes out and Starfield hits, then it would be a good year. If Starfield fails, Hellblade doesn't come out, then it would be a bad year. I don't think Redfall
it definitely needs to hit
the needle.
Yeah, Redfall, I don't think never really was gonna move the needle at all. It was just
No, I don't think so, dude. To be fair, it's like if it was a multi-platform game, if we're being honest, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would have cared, even like Xbox fans, right? If we're
that's
gonna be
true.
honest, right? Just same thing with PlayStation guys too. Like if it just came multi-platform, it would never been a talking point. This, that, and the third, right?
That's exactly like my point. Like it.
Yeah,
like,
no, I've said that multiple
all people
times.
are talking about, all I'm seeing on Reddit and Twitter everywhere, it's like Redfall. And it's like the only reason why people are talking about it so much is because it's first
got
party.
Xbox on it, yeah.
But I will say though, Starfield would have always been a talking point if it was a multi-platform game. I will say that. Even though I don't like Todd Howard, that singer knows I don't like Todd.
Hey,
I liked his last game with Morrowind for me, right? Like Dev knows how I feel about him. Like I like Larian better, Obsidian better than Todd's team, but there is always gonna his games will sell regardless.
Did you speaking of Redfall, did y'all see the PR nightmare that's behind this game right now with the whole sticker?
Oh yeah, I did see the sticker. I don't. That was true, right? Or no?
It's like a cheap sticker they're putting on the box, telling you that it's 30.
I think it's
really.
To be fair though, but like if it's true, like that's real. I think they do that so there's no legal like.
Obviously, yeah.
It's definitely
because they're promoting it in the box art. It's 60 FPS. You buy it, and if there was no sticker, someone could go like, "Hey, says on the box it's 60 FPS. Let's get a group of people to do a lawsuit." And
I mean, to be fair, if we're being fair, half the casuals that would picked up wouldn't know the difference between 30 and 60 anyway. So they wouldn't know the difference. They'd still think it's 60.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? That's because there were lawsuits, something like in terms of resolution for Killzone Shadowfall, right? That it was like being promoted. Was it 1080p or something like that? It was like.
Well, I mean, that whole thing was a lie. Those trailers were.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They're Xbox and Bethesda are trying to prevent that. So put a sticker on, and then they don't have to deal with that.
It's really bad, y'all. They legit put like a cheap sticker on the box. Let me see here. It was Jez shared it. Hold on, I can put it on the screen for you.
Which also implies that too that this, taking away the 60 FPS mode and coming post launch, like that decision had to have been made rather recently, right?
Yep.
That it I would imagine they probably put the orders in for the boxes a couple months or so before the game ships, right? So maybe it would have been as of February, maybe even March this year, if they fully intended to have 60 FPS at launch, and then they just couldn't get the performance they needed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot of stickers, man.
But I wanted to ask Death because he was on.
That's bad.
And it was more along the lines of. Let me think. I want to format the question correctly.
Uh-oh.
So for Xbox going forward, because it feels like the executives and the fan base are very two different things, right? Like the executives with the 30 FPS, I feel like it's coming in hot and kind of similar to Jedi Survivor, right? And I think they're trying to meet a fiscal quota or something like that. So they're putting the game out when they're putting it out, and they're not going to say when the performance mode is coming out, because they want people on Game Pass when it comes out, right? Instead of waiting.
That's the wild part.
In terms of player number base, right?
No.
So do we see them also? I've been noticing Redfall not going gold. Do you see them not announcing that anymore for future games, or this is specifically just a title that's a one-off, an outlier?
I think it's just a fundamental difference in. I don't blame it all on AAA, because if you look at this year, there's been 6 games already that have been utter garbage.
True.
Like The Last of Us, Jedi Survivor, Forspoken's performance. You look at all these things, and it's they've been doing it now for years, and they've been doing it back to. We've had 6 this year already. We're only in April. Imagine when it comes to December, how many broken games will come out this year. They'll be like, "Oh, it's fine. We'll patch it afterwards."
So do you think, I guess, executives now, because like we're going more broad now. Like executives now don't really care, and then they can fix it later.
Yeah.
But do you also feel like Xbox 2 is also kind of in that wheelhouse?
all
Well,
of
just
them
for
are.
Arcane, but I don't know whether or not that they feel that way with Starfield. But I feel like that's a different because Todd's Todd, so they'll do whatever he says, right? But do you think that may happen with other Xbox games going forward too?
I think most of them are taking their time and they're not really being rushed. Like Forza, they've taken 6 years now, or what is it, 7 years since their last Forza? Like, they've been taking their sweet time. Coalition has gone completely ghost. Who knows what the hell they're doing? Like, these studios are being given time because they now have, like, Bethesda and stuff to release games.
I mean, one can hope. One can hope.
And you're going to treat Todd like a king. Because, you know...
Dev, this is 2023. I don't know about that. I don't know about
I think that is, to be fair, I think that
I
is their most prized. Like,
I don't know about
right?
that.
No. I mean, so some people will put Todd next to Kojima, you know, in the same...
Well, yeah,
people,
some do that, yeah.
People worship these dudes.
Yeah, some
so,
do that.
like, I mean, you're going to give Todd the kid gloves and you're going to go, yo, do what you got to do, make sure this bangs. Because if this bangs, Xbox are going to shout it from the rooftops. If it fails, oh, man, I don't even want to imagine what that's going to look like. So,
what is a fail, though? Like, that's the thing. Like, of
if
course,
it comes out buggy, broken, it scores like a 60 meta, I mean...
because like scoring an 80 for Todd wouldn't be bad though. Like
that's kind of bad for a company that's kind of putting everything on it, like all their chips on that particular game. Now that the Activision deal has been blocked, you kind of want like an 87, like you want like a Jedi Survivor score for this game.
I personally, the thing is, I also Jedi Survivor. That's a good shout actually because it had all these problems, but they still scored it high.
Yep.
Yeah, 86
I think they're gonna make an excuse for Todd, and even if it does have some issues, watch it score above an 85 because it's Todd Howard. It's gonna happen. I'm calling it right now. Watch there be some problems because it's Bethesda.
Well, yeah,
but it's still gonna score really, really high because my man Todd Howard is chilling in the background and everyone worships the feet. Okay. So I mean, it's gonna be what it is. Hopefully, it bangs. But I don't know.
I see this being more of a priority PC game, and this is going to be their main like PC.
Well,
the
issue
it's going to sell the most on PC.
I don't see it even being that big for Xbox.
Well, mods are a big
that's what I'm saying. There you go.
But we've been noticing Xbox games have been implementing DRM, right? So do you think though Starfield, because like mods and stuff like that, they wouldn't want to have DRM with Starfield?
Yeah, no. Thing is that they already pissed the mod community off once when they tried to bring in that whole paid content mod creator stuff, and they know the modding community goes mad hardcore for Todd Howard games. Like all of them are being modded to hell and back. So this is same thing's gonna happen to this, and they don't want to annoy that community again. They did it once, they did it twice. They don't want a third strike. So they're going to do everything in their power.
Because that would be the outlier, Starfield, because like a lot of Xbox games on PC have DRM, right? Like Ghostwire Tokyo just recently got DRM, which like I don't know why it just did, but it just did, right? So it's like a lot of their games have been getting DRM for a minute. So it feels like Starfield shouldn't, and that would be the outlier for the modding community. But like it would be crazy if somehow there is DRM.
Yeah,
and that would be insane.
Yeah,
the blowback would be crazy to see.
Oh yeah,
it will be.
So, okay. So, I guess I'll go a little further beyond this. And the reason why I bring this up again because we still don't have no updates on Perfect Dark. You know, Avowed. This was a game me and DevSinger were really hyped for. Was Avowed. And hell, even it was Everwild.
Whoa, wait a minute.
We were hyped. We
forgot about me about Avowed. Sir, you don't play Obsidian games.
I'm sorry.
Sir, you don't play Obsidian games.
I'm sorry. I was actually excited for it. I was excited.
We got the showcase in a month.
I'm gonna need to proof that you played Knights of the Old Republic 2.
There you go.
I'm gonna need.
KOTOR 2 was great, by the way. I still have not.
KOTOR 2 was fantastic.
But I never played the mod thing where it restored the cut content.
Oh, you need to install the mods. You need to mod it up. But buy it on PC and put all the mods on it. The game is fantastic.
It's not like a game night right there. Y'all want to do it?
Hey,
Oh, you need to. What?
you need to call him, but like Avowed is my most hyped game, but that's because it's Obsidian, and I know that game's gonna be good. I have complete faith in it. So I know
That and Outer Worlds 2 for me.
it's gonna show up at. I reckon it's gonna show up at E3, and they'll date it for March of next year.
You mean PAX,
2024.
right? E3's dead.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Xbox.
Well, no. The Xbox show in June.
Oh, they're doing the show in June. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they did say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Xbox show in June.
Yeah.
It'll show up there, and they'll date it for 2024. And then like March or something, and it's gonna do perfectly fine. I'll be happy. You'll see Fable. You won't see Perfect Dark though, because Perfect Dark is still.
How y'all feeling about Gears? How Gears is gonna do with all this, going around?
I don't know, man.
Y'all think Gears is like I want to say to move a needle because it already has its fan base. People are gonna buy it for it, but I don't know. Is Gears?
It's a good showcase game for
Yeah, but
graphically at least, right?
Yeah.
I think graphically it's gonna wow, because Coalition are great using Unreal Engine, and they're using Unreal Engine 5. So I'm expecting great things from their use of Unreal Engine 5. So I know it's gonna look great, and hopefully it plays great. The problem is like, when are they gonna announce it? 'Cause they haven't announced anything since Gears 5. Then they completely disappeared off the map. They haven't spoken. They haven't done any press.
They did
So
the expansion.
Well, they were
right?
they were supporting, right? Like
For DLC.
Mm-hmm.
What-
Yeah,
they were supporting Halo and another game.
Yeah, something like that. But my thing is, I feel like Gears as a franchise has been like going down not in terms of quality. I won't say that, but like I feel like a lot of it's hardcore based though. To be fair, isn't very like. It's not like Halo, right? I'm not gonna say that.
the
Right,
hardcore base will come. I think he'll gain
yeah.
more fans because it's when they show off the trailer and they show off the gameplay, and it looks absolutely beautiful. They got all the Unreal Engine 5 bells and whistles, and they've tuned it to where they want it to be. People are gonna flood to it and go, Gears is back and all this. People are gonna be throwing parties in the streets, popping champagne, and it's Gears will be revitalized.
You think
I
so?
think.
Because my thing is when Gears 5 came out, it was like hype, but then it just died real quick in terms of like the player count. When it was like it was one of like the bigger like launches for Game Pass, right? But then it just like died off, and then a lot of people in the community just got annoyed with the changes that they made, and I feel like people like even with the story, like people wanted more of like the gritty Gears 1 through 3, right? That's what people felt. And like it's more colorful now, which is, don't get me wrong, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's not as gritty and brutal as like the original 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying like I do think there's a fatigue, and I don't know whether or not we got to see the numbers and all that when it comes down to Game Pass giving out the numbers as well as like the player count and seeing how well they do consistently. But I personally think there is a fatigue.
I think the fatigue is gone. I think it's
so?
been. I think it's been long enough. Gears hasn't come.
When was the last time?
2019.
Yeah, 2019.
It was 2019? Okay.
2019. So I think 2024, end of 2024, you drop Gears, and I think that is enough years for people to miss Gears. I think it's enough. I think that's enough time.
That's not bad. That's not a bad wait time. Yeah, it's not a bad wait time at all. Especially
Like,
if you deliver.
it's been out of mind. People be wondering, but they haven't really done anything. So yeah, I think when they announce, it's gonna be a nice breath of fresh air when they announce it.
All right. Good. All right. That's why we had to get DevSinger on here. We had to get an Xbox. Nah, I'm playing. He's not even an Xbox. He's an Xbox in disguise, but he tries.
He got the Xbox T-shirt over the PC T-shirt.
I know, right? All right. You know that little T-shirt, that little meme with the
Joe,
face, got the Xbox. It's a Todd Howard face underneath it.
Big player. I'm gonna have to put out a cease and desist. I need to download. Okay. Thank you.
That's right, Danny. We got one of yours on the show. Let's move.
Man, he'll like tear off the Xbox, then you got the PC. Like, that's his real personality.
Some damn goody shit. Like all the Xbox dudes jumping around him. He goes, PC. Anyway. So we got some news. Well, okay. Sony's finally starting to do this. it took them long enough, but at the same time, I was expecting a little bit more creativity in this. But I know you guys seen the Final Fantasy Limited Edition.
That's in Japan only.
It's Japan only, but here's the thing. The shells, the stuff like that, they're doing like a custom shells you can buy separately, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And you have like a custom controller that comes with that, right?
Yeah.
The shells, I was expecting a little bit more, I don't know, effort. And these just a black shell with just like a sticker on the right. Where's the creativity in this? And again, I said that Sony might do something like this for Spider-Man, because they said a big market is going to start in September, courtesy of Tony Todd. So
August.
No, August. I'm sorry, August, and then it's going to lead into that. So if that's the case, and they're going to go all out like that, I don't know, man. I don't want to see the same rinse and repeat that we got from the PS4, where we got just a red console with like a white logo on it.
You're just gonna get a black cover with like
black
a
logo
white spider.
Or yeah, maybe, but I was expecting a little bit more.
Well, I will say for the console like cover though, Japan, they normally do really well with their custom consoles, right? Like Kingdom Hearts, I think there was a Yakuza 6 or something like that.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
And like even more with their PS3 versions in Japan, they tend to go hard with
the Persona.
Their custom, Persona. I forgot that too. There was a Persona one and the Pro one. Like they go hard when it. So I was kind of shocked about the cover for the PS5 in Japan only.
Yeah.
I think their controller looked alright. I thought it looked cool. I also like super hyped for the game, so I have a slight bias. But overall, I mean, I don't think you're gonna be able to buy them though in the US, right? So I feel like you would have to. Ship it to you.
Import you have to import.
So it's going to cost more money for people.
I already see people saying they're going to do it.
I might do it for the controller. I don't want.
Oh God!
But
the amount of money you'd have to spend, it's going to be ridiculous.
Isn't it like over 100, most likely US dollars?
Over 100, yeah.
I've done it with the Final Fantasy 14 jacket, so I had to buy it and then go and check the size because in Japanese clothing, the size is very different than American clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So then I also had fees because of importing it and stuff. Man, it's up to what people feel like if they want to import that stuff or not. Should have done it with Persona, but oh well.
I don't know if this is true because I didn't look at the fine details, but I saw some people on Reddit were saying that the Final Fantasy 16 bundle console just comes with a code. Do you guys check about that? It doesn't even come with the physical version of the game. It just
no.
It's gonna be digital. There's digital code.
It's a download code.
Is it and this is with the disc space console,
so they're going full Nintendo with the collectors.
Yeah, I mean the only cool thing you get is the box that has Final Fantasy 16 on it. The rest is just a regular PlayStation and a download code.
Jesus.
Just seems really underwhelming.
Yeah,
right?
It definitely
really
is.
The only cool thing I think about it is that I like how Sony is pretty much treating this game as first party.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably been the game that they've advertised the most this gen so far. They constantly have the state of play, and then they're having the controller and the console.
I mean, it's one of their main third-party supporters, so they're really treating them with the red carpet. They're giving them hey, these are MVP.
Oh yeah,
MVP.
totally.
They're really giving them that type of respect towards it. So we definitely we see it. Death Singer, this is directed towards you from Lobo. Oh God, shout out to Lobo, channel member for 7 months. He says, Death Singer takes many L's like the British government.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Lobo. One, I don't speak to peasants.
For
two, there is nothing that could take more L's than the British government.
Oh,
there is nothing on it. Actually, there is probably the American government. Actually, you know what? I want to count at the end of this year who could take the most L's. I'm curious because currently they're probably neck and neck.
Damn. Damn.
Uh,
I'm just curious who takes the most L's.
That's gonna be
it's terrible.
Death Singer gonna duck. He gonna duck with the. I mean, not Death Singer. Lobo gonna duck Oh, we getting that Discord.
boy,
you know,
here we
you know
go.
how you be at the Discord. You ain't even gonna
Bro,
show up.
Lobo's
He ain't even gonna show
fight
up
with everybody,
He
bro.
ain't gonna show up in the Discord with
I haven't
That's like
spoke
it's-
to Lobo since like April of last year. Like, come on.
Yo.
Damn, Lobo. Say it ain't true. Say it ain't true. Say it
This
ain't
man
true.
don't come around the Discord no more.
He kind of don't though. He kind of don't. He only be in like select Discords.
Yeah.
No, you know how it'd be. Let's see here. Got that out the way. Let's get into the next topic here. It's related to Spider-Man, ironically. So I want you guys to be aware there's been like some plot leaks going around for the game, but Sony pretty much confirmed that the game is still on track. They did this right after the deal for Activision.
For Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. It's like some plot leaks going around apparently.
Is it legit?
That's the thing. They
Or is
don't
it like
want
4chan.
It's I think it's 4chan. Yeah, it's been going around.
Dude, sometimes I will say though, to
And
be
4chan begins.
wait. To be fair, Hunter,
Sometimes.
sometimes it could be true. I will say, like, listen,
Oh yeah.
you like, someone mentioned about a certain game that's coming out soon, and it technically, like, people didn't believe it, and then with a new state of play, and you dug into it, it kind of was true. Just saying, sometimes
yeah,
it can't be true.
Of course,
sometimes not.
sometimes it's true. Sometimes there was that dude that was talking about like Redfall coming in hot. Like this was like 3 months ago or something like that, right?
Yeah, well, he was saying Starfield and Redfall, and I think Diablo or something like that.
Yeah,
Because
you
of
mentioned
Hi-Fi
Diablo as
Rush.
well.
He mentioned Hi-Fi Rush, like, in terms of an announcement. So
Anyway,
that's what gave
those are-
him validity.
But-
okay, well, thanks for the heads. I didn't. I'm not gonna check it out because I don't.
No.
I
They're
don't
just
trust 4chan, and I don't want to be spoiled. But
Potentially, yeah.
They're showing around some stuff for it, and it's funny because we got details on that new Craven movie. That's more details.
Dude, hey man, it's rated R.
It's rated R, but
The
you know, you
MCU could listen. The MCU could never, right?
Hey,
Blade
I know.
PG-13. Come on, man.
Well, it's not just that though. You got Craven apparently, eating people's faces,
Listen, man.
and people transforming into rhinos like they're mutants. That's what was leaked. So yeah, I don't know what Sony's doing with their version of MCU movies, but yeah, I want no parts, especially after what was it, the vampire joint? I forgot what the name of it. Starts with an M. I don't even want nothing. But anyway,
Listen, man. If it's rated R, I may go check it out.
Stop.
Absolutely, bro. What has the MCU been giving me, bro?
Stop.
Look what they're making me forced to go.
Hey, you got Ant-Man 2 was fire.
Who? Man,
Wait, you didn't like the stretch face?
Man, listen, man, get to the next
You
topic.
didn't like the stretch face?
I can't entertain this.
You can't entertain. This guy.
I can't entertain this. This is insane.
This guy, the nerve. How dare you toss on it? You could never. How dare you? What was it here? So Sony has officially sold 40 million consoles pretty much at this point. They sold 6.3 million units in Q1, which is a new record high for the console, or for any console in history, and that brings them to 40 million right now. I know a lot of people are probably automatically going like, oh my god, PS5 is going to be the one. I mean, we said this about PS4. It's going to beat PS2. I don't think PS2 is ever going to get touched, and that's just from what we've seen, but I don't know. What you about to say, Oda?
Oh, I was gonna say they're more closer to like 38.
38?
I saw like 38.4. Some people said 38.
Yeah, I think it is 38.
Okay. I'm seeing I'm just going out of title.
I think people are just estimating it to 40 because like it's over 5.
Gotcha.
So they're like, oh, it's almost 40.
Yeah, like a bunch of those like VG charts and Tweaktown and like the number crunching dudes. I think even Benji Sales was tweeting 38.5. It's close enough. I just want to be accurate for the audience.
Yep.
It's still good. So,
Yeah.
What was their forecasting by the end of the year though, Hunter? Because
they were forecasting. Well, they originally were forecasting 18 million, and then they bumped it up to 19 million for the year, and then they ended up with 19.1. So they beat forecast.
Mm-hmm. Because I know Benji was saying something, but I know like fiscal year is different than like the actual year, but he was saying something like I'd have to like look it up, but like they
Well,
have high
it's because it's
expectations.
like it's because it's Q4 for Sony
yeah,
for
yeah.
their
that.
fiscal, but it's technically Q1 according to the calendar.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it says, can Sony really ship 25 million PS5s this year? That's what I was thinking.
Well, that's what they're forecasting for the next fiscal.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's
so
what
they're
I wanted to know more
like
about.
April the 1st to to next year.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was.
To
trying
like
to
March
figure that out.
whatever.
Yeah.
Which would be a new record for Sony, and I think I read that it would be a new record for any console ever.
Yep.
If they end up selling 25 million. Which seems, I mean, like, we'll see how the demand goes, but I mean it totally is realistic because the based on Q1, because Q1 has had the same, if not more than some of Sony's holiday sales, right? Like Sony would typically sell around like maybe 6 to 8 million units during the holiday, which is like usually the holiday is like 50%. That's historically what it was. I think it's a little bit more spread out now, but they basically like in Q1 of this year was like the same as a holiday.
Yeah.
So if they can maintain that, they can have like 4 holiday quarters in a row. I mean, the only thing that was weird though, I thought, is that they said that they're expecting their first party revenue to go down in comparison to last year. I mean, last year they had some pretty big bangers with God of War and Horizon.
Well, it makes sense, right? Because they
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that
very much.
So
yeah. So that makes sense.
But like I guess I just thought it was weird because it means that they're planning on having the most sales of any PlayStation console ever, and they're not going to have as strong a first-party lineup as they've had in previous years. Like literally, it might just be Spider-Man.
I think, well, to be fair, they're relying on Spider-Man in terms of those sales, Final Fantasy, and then the rumor of Mortal Kombat 12 marketing rights and other games that they're having marketing rights.
I didn't know
probably
about
with the
Mortal
next
Kombat.
Call of Duty game, right? Like those are the games, because of Hogwarts Legacy, right, was a huge game for them in terms of marketing rights.
Yep.
So I would assume that they have other games under the tuck in terms of marketing rights that'll propel their unit sales, right? That's what I'm assuming.
There's also the rumors of Avatar.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah,
because Sony was like in past investor relation presentations, they've had Avatar on there as well, which should be. Sony tends to like go after the very mainstream, right? Hogwarts, like especially things that are like popular in other mediums, like comic books, movies, books, anything like that. Avatar, Hogwarts,
and Armored Core too.
The thing is, Armored Core ain't gonna move because
I know, I get that.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, there's a lot of people capping for Armored Core because they've never played an Armored Core before.
It looks good.
Saying Armored Core's been the best thing ever.
Yeah, you're calling out Big Cloud, right? Just say.
I'm like, Armored Core is fantastic. If you love mech games, it is for you. But it is a very narrow audience.
No, that's why I asked when we were in Kofi, shout out to Kofi, but we was in Kofi's stream about that. I was like, dude, what was the sales for the originals for Armored Core? Because I don't think
they weren't that good.
They were bad. They were bad.
And their last Armored Core game didn't review well either.
Yeah,
so it was mixed.
But it's a cool game to have, like in the circulation of all the other games we got. But a lot of people believe it's going to do super well with from Software.
It's not going to do any Elden Ring numbers, though. I will say that.
I think the only reason why they'd want the marketing rights is just the From Software name. Like it's not gonna like push numbers.
You don't think just the track record of From Software probably elevate just a little bit? Like,
I mean, of course, it's gonna elevate the original Armored Core sales. Like, it's gonna definitely like eclipse it, but it's not gonna be huge compared to like something like Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring.
Thing is, it'll elevate on the name, but when people look at the combat. Unless you're into like mech combat, like you're instantly gonna turn off because people see From Software and be like, "Oh, getting some Dark Souls action."
Yeah,
you're not.
You can kind of feel the elements though, like with the sidestepping from what we've seen in the mechs.
You can,
but
they haven't. The thing is, they haven't gone into how deep are they gonna go because
that's true.
Armored Core typically goes really, really deep into mechanics and stuff. So
It's like loadouts too, right?
Yep. It's a whole thing. Like, you probably need a degree to play Armored Core, like, because there's so many different things you have to keep an eye on in an Armored Core game, and I want to know how deep, because they haven't mentioned it. How deep have they gone? Have they kept it true to Armored Core, or have they gone a bit lighter because they know the market now is not gonna like something like that? They want something a bit more easier to get into. So it'll be interesting how they do it. It's certainly not going to push numbers. And on the Avatar thing, you have to be careful because we ain't seen gameplay of that, right?
Mm-hmm. We did. We saw gameplay. It was in that last trailer. I think they showed off for it.
I mean, I don't know. The jury's out on that because I just don't trust them. Right?
Yeah, just so you okay. All right.
I don't trust it. I mean,
so
Avatar, great film franchise, great film
but
franchise.
Ubisoft is a different story.
But
man.
it's Ubisoft, so let's pump the brakes a little bit.
I will say this: I think the game will sell well just off name recognition alone. But I think it's just going to be your typical like game that has been assembled by Ubisoft. Like let's be honest, a lot of Ubisoft games are very much the same with each entry point, and they feel like they're made on the factory line.
It's gonna be Avatar Far Cry edition. There we go.
Oh my god, it's stupid.
I mean, it's first person. They said it's first person, so I mean, he's not wrong.
I swear, in Avatar, if you need to go to a tower or any high object, you know this shit. Nah, I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to be going to no high objects. Don't do that.
Yep. Mr. Young said, just listen to Rand and Jez stream, and they sounded so defeated and sad that PlayStation fans will still get to play Activision games. Oh, God. Shout out to Rand, and, yeah, shout out to Jez. Hey, guys, everybody
they do a good podcast.
They do. They're good. They're good. But I'm going to need y'all to put an F in the chat for Jez. It's been a rough week for my man, dog. Shout out to Jez, though. It's been a rough week for him. He's been going through it. Shout out to Jez. I don't know, Jez. Maybe, yeah, you still got hope, Jez. You still got hope. It's the EU, right? It went from wait till E3, Death Singer. Now it's wait till EU.
No, man.
So,
at this point, it's wait till 2024. Even if the EU confirms, it's still. Even if the EU votes yes, it's still wait till 2024 regardless. So just go with wait till 2024, people.
Oh, wait to 2024. Yeah, right. I go up with that. 2024, my ass.
Oh, God.
Crazy. That's a little bit of news I got for y'all, man. It's in regards to PlayStation Showcase. We haven't got like a tweet from PlayStation yet on when this is happening, but apparently this is going to be their biggest E3 like showcase ever. Apparently, it's going to be so big, it's going to, like, blow your balls off. That's what they're saying.
Bro, you want to know? Wait.
Dude,
you are literally No. We're not doing this because I noticed. Dude. I went down the rabbit hole with these articles. You're talking about Payo, bro. What?
Dude,
that's our source?
I tweeted that as a joke, dude.
Yeah, and then like articles I saw was written up too. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm like, yeah, everybody's like so hyped for it. I'm like, dude, I get it. You guys are excited, but like, blow your balls.
Payo being your source, like on these articles that I've been. I was like, bro, you guys gotta stop this, dude.
I only tweeted it because I
noticed you were joking.
The headline by itself is hilarious. The headline.
Yeah, like an actual like editorial game website tweeted that, wrote an article with the headline about, Sony's next presentation is gonna blow your balls. Dude, it was so funny. Like, and then I had to tweet it out, and I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction. I thought it would like,
bro, I'm looking at this tweet. I'm like, dude, there's so many people like just starstruck. I'm like, bro, did y'all like really pay attention to this?
Dude, go to the quote retweets. The quote retweets are so funny.
Oh, I got it right.
Everyone, like, half the people are like, what? Like, it's gonna what my ball?
Yeah, that's funny.
The thing is, I hope people have realized by now, PlayStation insiders are always wrong every single time. If someone comes out there and says it's gonna be this, and this, look at it, laugh, block, ignore.
You know,
because they've done this like 20 times now. They've been saying each state of play there's gonna be this and that. There's gonna be all these games
it's not
here.
even that though. It's not even that. Who was that one guy? You know what I'm talking about, DevSec. He will always tweet.
Roberto Serrano.
Not Roberto Serrano. Now, he was one of them, but it's the other guy. It's that newest guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, that dude. He will put some of the most weird tweets, and people will flock to him. I'm like, dog, his track record is like 0-19. What are y'all doing? Like, I just keep shutting around.
He wasn't. I think he recently said that Sony was going to buy Take-Two.
Oh my god.
And he'll always tweet like he's an insider, like, oh, I heard from my friends at Sony that they're gonna do this. And I'm like, the dude has something like 6,000 followers, and like some of his tweets get hundreds of likes. I'm like, guys, like, how dumb are you? Like, seriously.
I'm just like glad though when it comes down to Roberto Serrano, everyone just stops. Like, now everyone's just like, how many times are going to teach you this lesson?
Good. People are learning. Good.
Even Roberto Serrano.
I even post a gift of that too. It's like, bro, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're never right.
Even Roberto Serrano got the hint. He was like, yep, I'm done.
No, he still does it. He didn't get the hint. He still does it.
He left Twitter for like a month or something because everybody was like down his throat about how bad he is at these predictions. And then he came back and did the exact same thing.
It's terrible.
He's like beyond annoying.
I trust Jeff Grubb more than I do.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, I have my doubts with like pretty much all insiders. Like Grubb at least is like
he has a good track record.
Way better track record.
Yeah.
He's actually been right on some like some bigger things. So yeah, of course I trust him more than.
Roberto, it just feels like he just tweets for the sake of just tweeting, just throws it out there.
He sometimes like he tries to piggyback on some of my tweets. Like I'll tweet something and then he'll post his predictions like under my tweets. And I think he recently predicted when the next PlayStation conference was going to be. He tweeted some random date, like, May 25th or something like that.
After Jeff Grubb said, like, last week of May. Like, come on now. Like, that's insane.
Wait, I share Roberto Serrano's on Twitter. I'm on it right now. I don't even see Roberto Serrano's Twitter.
He has a new
Twitter handle?
His first handle got banned because he posted, like, some leaked footage, and then whatever company, DMC'd him.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't find him.
No. Sure if I search.
Jesus
That's crazy.
Christ.
I didn't know. Like, I remember his old account, like a month or two ago or something.
That's crazy.
Not to Roberto Serrano for always being consistently wrong, along with Michael Packner.
Oh, dude, the jokes were hilarious with Michael Pachter. That's what I'm about to say. Remember Gas? Gas is sitting there going, I kind of wish Michael Pachter just said the opposite of the deal was going to
I felt like punching him in the face because he kept on saying,
he's like, it's going to go through, guys.
It's going to go through, and I want him to sit there. I wanted him to come on and say, nah, this deal's done. This deal's over. Then I'll be punching here because I'm like, this dude, whatever he says will happen, won't happen.
It won't happen, yeah.
He said like PlayStation 4 would die, right? He said it would be the last console Sony would make or something.
Y'all still talking about that? I haven't recovered from when he said Microsoft was going to partner with cable providers to sell you Xbox Ones.
Yeah, Patrick, like I don't know, he's weird because I remember like 10 years ago thinking that he was like pretty smart and like always on the ball, and then now I love the running joke of like whatever he says, the opposite will happen.
Oh wow!
And it's pretty much true like every time. I just sent you the Roberto's in there.
Yeah, I see it now.
But I don't know. It didn't copy properly. You got to put an underscore.
Yeah, no, I got you. I already
before the 73 and after. But anyways, you just look on his Twitter. He does the same thing.
Twisted Metal first trailer coming July 27th and streaming only on Peacock.
Are you talking about
Twisted Metal TV show? I'm guessing that's what that's gonna be. Wait, Anthony Mackie's in this Twisted Metal TV show?
Dude, that's been known, bro.
Nobody want to see Falcon. Nobody want to see Falcon in Twisted Metal.
I'm not like super excited for the TV show, but I am excited that because they probably are going to revive the franchise, and I love Twisted Metal. So
I hope so.
yeah, Serrano, man, Serrano is
his recent podcast. I don't know which team it was is doing it though.
Although it looks like Serrano's reach is like tanked. Before he was getting like hundreds of likes in his old account. His new account, he's getting like 2.
I mean, how many followers he had on that old account? He had like a lot. Right?
He still has like 6,000 followers.
It's not bad. I get there. I guess. Yeah, rebuild it. That's all. But now that's how it'd be. But no. That would actually be an interesting conversation. We have Michael Pachter on here. I'm just very curious.
Oh no!
That would be an interesting conversation.
About,
that would be an interesting conversation.
Well, it'll be good for like numbers.
It'll be opposite
the
day.
audience, but I certainly would not.
Dude, everyone's gonna rip him a new one. The whole chat will rip him a new one. I feel like I might have to rip him a new one.
Oh god!
I don't want to have to like argue with the dude. He's like a veteran of the industry. I respect the guy, but I don't want to argue with him.
Does he still do that thing? What was it called? Pack Attack, or is that over with?
He had like the Pachter Factor or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Does he still do that? Like I don't know.
I don't know. I think he had like a Patreon or something like that.
Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah, it was like a fan supported.
Makes sense. Because I remember he was part of that Pack Attack or whatever the thing was where he would take questions for the community or something like that. He would call everybody fellow babies or something like that. I think it was crazy. Anyway, that's Michael Pachter. So, shout out to everybody. Good show. Shout out to DeathSinker for pulling up. I want to end this on a good time. Yeah, hour and 30. That's perfectly fine. Went through everything. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. To those of you that's going to watch this on the, on demand, make sure you guys leave a comment, what you guys think about this whole situation, the news, everything. It's definitely looking shaky, but it's going to be interesting to see, again, how things progress as we move forward. Again, shout out to DeathSinker for coming through. Been a minute since I've been on a show with DeathSinker. We're going, brought back the Scumcast days. But, it's always good to hang out with my brother here. He's always go at his stroll. Every week I go at his stroll over some Xbox.
I mean, to be fair, you try. I'll give you a sticker.
What'd you say?
Tried.
You
know exactly what I said.
Wait, what?
I was speaking English, sir.
I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't think you're wrong there. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen.
Well,
Luca can't save you here, DeathSinker. She can't save you here.
Oh man.
Nah.
Yeah, but you can't land the finishing blow. So what's the difference?
To be fair, though, DeathSinker was actually
I show mercy.
Reasonable. He was actually reasonable.
No,
so.
He had no choice to be reasonable.
No, like this man will be in the final round. There'll be 1 minute on the clock, and he just can't land that final punch to win the thing. He tires himself out. He's tired.
Oh my god!
You're saying Bit doesn't finish?
Yeah,
he doesn't
finish. He doesn't know how to finish. He needs to learn how to finish. Finish the food.
It's fraud here. Make sure you guys check out DeathSinker, man, on Twitter, everything. Tell people where to find you, bro.
You can find me actually tomorrow on Scumcast and every week whenever there's a Scumcast. You can find me on Twitter and everywhere, especially on PC. DeathSinker, the same name as it is on here. And thank you, BitClyde. It's been a pleasure. Great panel. Great conversation. And I'll leave it off with, I want them to buy Paradox Interactive.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Thought you didn't bring that up earlier. I don't think you bring them up earlier. Fair buy.
No, it was a dream of mine because I'm in love with all their games. Stellaris, Crusader Kings, Victoria. But they are very PC centric. But I just love for them to have a nice big budget and just go wild because they're magical.
Damn. Okay. What's up with Butch keeping statistics on the most random stuff that no one expects? He says,
does he do that every podcast? I think he does.
He said Red Hood said "to be fair" over 23 times today.
I don't know. Did I? Did I?
What is with that? What kind of statistic is that?
I have no clue. Did anyone else keep
what kind of
stat?
23
What
times.
kind of statistic is that? This man was legit count. Like, okay, to be fair, that's one. Two.
That's awesome.
Red Hood, tell people,
Butch.
man.
Butch honestly loves to troll. To be fair, though, he's my man.
Oh,
So,
God.
Shout out to him. He's the homie. If you guys haven't checked out Butch's OnlyFans, go check it out.
Oh,
He
no.
does a lot of good work there.
Oh,
But you guys can check me out at RedHood420 on YouTube and Twitch. Next stream on Twitch, I believe it'll be like Monday, so check that out. And as well as Twitter at RedHood240, and I should be actually making a YouTube video. Created this new PC and all that, so I'm gonna crank out some videos.
wow.
So, check that out.
I'm shocked. I'm legit shocked. He's going to
Listen, Big
shocked.
I
I'm
don't
shocked.
need to hear it
I'm
from
shocked.
you when I have to be the one to
I-
tell you to make content to keep the podcast going.
I just
because
said I'm
it's
shocked.
Insane.
I just said I'm shocked to go and
when,
do a
when
video.
you come and say you're shocked about me, bro.
Hey, when
I'm
I do
shocked about
videos,
you every day.
they have purpose. They have purpose, all right? When I do
Okay,
videos.
buddy. Just saying, listen, man. Death Singer put it great. I'm just gonna just refer that back to Death Singer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The streets, everyone in the streets love that.
Uh-huh.
Brother.
Your taste in anime is mid. There you go. Red Hood.
Oh man.
It's
here we
the-
go.
What?
I'm talking Red. I'm
No,
talking
no,
Red.
no,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
Red.
no,
I'm talking
no,
I'm talking
no,
about Red. I'm
no.
talking about Red. I'm talking about Red. I'm talking about Red. I'm talking about Red.
Okay, no. You know what's crazy? No. You know what's the thing is I got him hooked onto Demon Slayer, right? And then I showed him Jujutsu Kaisen, and he said it was terrible.
I ain't said it was terrible. I said I was tired.
Yeah, he's like, this looks awful.
I
It's
was
bad.
tired.
How can you hate Jujutsu Kaisen?
It was 6 in the morning. This man trying to get me to watch.
No,
at 6 in
you
the
were like, this
morning.
is trash. Turn it off. I don't
Bro,
wanna see it. It
everything's
wasn't even
trash at 6 in the morning. I'm trying to
No, it
sleep.
wasn't, dude. It was like 4 in the
I'm trying to sleep.
This dude. And the thing was, he was still up.
Bro, I was out cold. I was out cold.
Actually, if you want this man to stay up at 6 a.m., just put on Redo a Healer.
Oh no,
You.
no, no! Do not listen to this. That is false.
Man, shout out to that show.
The greatest anime to ever exist. Shout out to
Yeah, we already know you got heal as your ringtone.
That's actually a great idea. I need to do that.
your girl call you definitely like heal.
That's a great idea, yo. I gotta get that as a ringtone. Heal.
Oh my god! How to tell people to friends.
Yeah, great show, man. Great panel, great conversation. A lot of good topics this week. So a lot of fun. If you guys want to check me out, just go to Twitter, go to Next Gen Player. I'll try to tweet every day about all the cool things that are going on in the game industry. So try to keep people up to date and informed on stuff like that. And I'll just leave you with a little tease. Check out my Twitter early next week. I've got a review that I'm going to drop for a pretty big Xbox game.
Yo, you don't want to miss that one, guys.
I let it slip.
Oh boy, here we go.
You don't want to miss.
I'm just kidding. Check out my Twitter next week. I got a big review for everybody. So
There you go.
have a good weekend. Hope everyone plays some games.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Star Wars.
Jedi Survivor. We are playing that literally right now.
I would love to play it. I spent the 15, got it on the subscription service. Shout out to EA, that PC exclusive that you can't get anywhere else. I can't wait to dive into it and see how broken it is.
Stupid.
I mean, he ain't wrong. He's definitely not wrong.
I mean, you should have seen Red Hood before you pulled up, Death Singer. He was like depressed over the performance. You were depressed by that.
I don't
You
think
were
he knows
depressed.
my rig, but like,
Man, you were depressed. You were depressed.
it was it's depressing. I mean, the game's good. It's just the performance.
Yeah, but I'm talking all that excitement, all that months
I know, I
of
was
build
super
up.
hyped.
You came in this show, you were just like out of it. Like somebody just punched you in the gut. Like, damn.
But I'm happy it's broken because I only paid 15. And
Oh,
I
God.
I got it for
wait.
free, by the way, as a gift on Steam.
Hey, there we go. You see, you got lucked out the most. But hey, even if I had it for free and it was broken, I'd still refund it.
Wow.
But you know,
Oh, man.
it is what it is.
This guy. On that note, we'll see you guys next week, man. Y'all be good. We out. Peace.